Good morning. My name is Nancy Oginski. As the faculty marshal, it is my privilege to declare that the 120th Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts commencement ceremony is now in order. Please remain standing. On behalf of all of the faculty at MCLA, it is my distinct honor to bring congratulations and greetings to all the graduates here today. We are proud of all of your achievements. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the president of MCLA, Dr. James Birch.
Good morning. On behalf of the Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts trustees, I'm honored to convene today's 120th commencement exercises. I'm delighted to be here as the 12th president of MCLA and to welcome family members, faculty, staff, alumni, friends, and distinguished guests on this special day. And of course, welcome and congratulations to the class of 2019. As we begin today's ceremony, please remain standing as two senior class members from the Fine and Performing Arts Department perform the National Anthem. It is my pleasure to introduce and welcome Rachel Grislak, accompanied by Trevor Wheelock.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still.
Thank you, students. I'd like to thank FPA Professor Michael Dilthey for working with the students on that beautiful performance. Please be seated. We are here today to celebrate and honor the class of 2019. Commencement is the culmination of years of academic work and accomplishments of our students. During your time at MCLA, you have compiled a long list of accomplishments and inspired us with your success in the classroom, in the lab, on the stage, in the gallery, on the athletic fields and courts, and in the community. You have studied abroad, conducted research, participated in service trips and internships, and created community service programs to meet the needs you saw in our community. You were inducted into honor societies, held offices in student government, produced works of art, theater, dance, and the spoken word, scored goals, runs, and baskets, sank putts, and finished lines. Some of our graduates returned to the school after time off, bringing with them professional and life experiences that enriched class discussions and that underscored the importance of lifelong learning. Graduates who have fulfilled the requirements of a master's degree in education or a certificate of advanced graduate study have devoted themselves to changing the lives of students through the power of education. MBA graduates have balanced work while attending class on weekends and online to become better leaders and managers. Many of you worked full-time or multiple part-time jobs while you pursued your degree. Some of you are parents, step-parents, and foster parents raising families or caring for parents and grandparents, and you completed your education while balancing a plethora of responsibilities. You've set an example for all of us and have made your families and all of us at MCLA proud of your accomplishments. So today we celebrate all of you, and we are grateful for the time we have had with you. Graduates, we are also here on this very special day because of the work of many, many members of the MCLA community who have put energy and care into making this a wonderful day for you. Today's exercises are made possible with the energy and enthusiasm of our staff in facilities, media services, information technology, student affairs, residential program and services, academic affairs, the registrar's office, Aramark dining services, public safety, institutional advancement, the commencement committee, and countless volunteers. Let's thank this group with a round of applause. At a small liberal arts college like ours, we have the good fortune to get to know our students and they get to know us. There are many people who have contributed in special ways to the accomplishments of our graduates, especially the faculty and staff at MCLA. They care deeply about their work and take a personal interest in the educational experiences and well-being of our students. My colleagues and I are called to our work at MCLA by one common purpose. We want to contribute to the education of the next generation of leaders. Because of that purpose, our faculty give of their time and expertise generously and without hesitation as we continue to build and shape the future of MCLA and public higher education. Our dedicated staff and administrators work in partnership with faculty. No matter their role or assignment, our staff members go above and beyond to make MCLA a place where students can achieve powerful results. They serve the college with distinction, and their commitment to our students, to our community, and to one another is inspiring. Speaking for the faculty and staff of Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts, it is our sincere hope that we have done well by you and that your education has prepared you for a lifetime of possibilities. It is our hope that as you leave here today, you do so with a greater understanding of yourself and of the world. I invite the faculty, administrators, and staff who are here today to please stand so that the graduates and their families and friends can recognize and thank you. I would also like to recognize faculty and staff who have or will retire at the end of this academic year. Roseanne Denhart from English Communications, Michelle Ethier from Sociology, Anthropology, and Social Work, and Elizabeth Lambert from English Communications. These three faculty members leave MCLA having educated and supported our students for 79 years collectively. Also this year, we bid farewell to retirees Elaine Hoare from Biology, Monica Joslin from Academic Affairs, Michael O'Neill from Physics, Elizabeth Petrie from Financial Aid, and Sylvia Proud from Friel Library. Together, these 5 MCLA employees have given 149 years of service to the institution. Thanks to their efforts, we are a better, stronger institution. Please join me in congratulating all of our colleagues who are retiring this year. At MCLA, we are fortunate to be served by 3 volunteer boards: our Alumni Board, the MCLA Foundation Board, and the MCLA Board of Trustees. Appointed by the Governor, our trustees represent the Commonwealth and MCLA with distinction and passion. Our trustees bring an array of professional, civic, and academic expertise. They are generous with their time and their resources so that we can remain a strong and vibrant institution. They are true champions of MCLA. Thank you, trustees, and thank you to the representatives from the MCLA Alumni and Foundation Boards. I ask that you all please stand and be recognized for your many contributions to MCLA. Our students and our communities are well served by public staff and officials who believe in the work that we do at MCLA and who represent us with great passion and advocacy. Now more than ever, we need inspired, courageous, and committed leaders who serve the public good and advocate for our public colleges and universities. We are fortunate to have with us today some of the people who provide that leadership and commitment, including Patricia Marshall, Deputy Commissioner for Academic Affairs and Student Success at the Massachusetts Department of Higher Education; Richard Neal, United States Representative; Adam Hines, Massachusetts State Senator; John Barrett, Massachusetts State Representative; and Paul Mark, Massachusetts State Representative. We also are fortunate today to have the mayor of this fine city, Tom Bernard, join us. I ask that our distinguished guests please stand for a moment to be recognized. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Patricia Marshall to the podium to offer greetings on behalf of the Massachusetts Department of Higher Education.
Good morning, class of 2019. President Burge, thank you for the introduction. Members of the Board of Trustees, faculty and staff, distinguished guests, families, and students. It is a pleasure to bring greetings from the Massachusetts Board of Higher Education and to offer my sincere congratulations to the class of 2019. I especially want to recognize the faculty and staff and the families here today, without whom our graduates could not complete their journey across the stage. Students, this is a wonderful time for you to be receiving your diploma and to be celebrating this achievement with family and friends. Today is a day to celebrate, and it is also a day to be optimistic. Only a decade ago, our state was digging out from a painful recession. While not everyone has benefited from the gains of the last 10 years, the Massachusetts economy overall is humming along nicely. Right now, the state's unemployment rate hovers at a record low of just 3%. That fact, coupled with the news that 660,000 people will be retiring in the next decade, means that opportunities are opening up for our people in our state, for the students here today. Whether you are continuing with your education or entering the job market, you are doing so at a time when your skills and talents are very much in demand in the Commonwealth. The best indicator of success is not whether you are smart or lucky, but whether you can learn to adapt to new circumstances and environments. People who know how to seize the moment and weather the storm typically have an easier time making their next move, and I am confident that the education that you have received here at the Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts will help you do that. I believe that the graduates here today are among Massachusetts' best and brightest, because you wouldn't be here if you hadn't already proven that you were tough enough to handle life's competing, shifting demands while also going to school. Your ability to overcome obstacles, to manage crises, to make difficult choices, These aren't only signs of toughness. They are tools in a toolkit that you now know how to use effectively. Tools that will serve you well because they are so highly valued in the workforce and in graduate school. You crossed the stage today with the means to survive and thrive. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting here. So trust me on this. Trust that you are resilient, and trust that you made the right choice in giving yourself the gift of higher education, with a little help from the citizens of Massachusetts who helped fund your hopes and dreams. One final thought, the benefits of higher education come with responsibilities. The credentials that you have earned aren't just for you. Your communities benefit from your time and talents. As students graduating from one of our public universities in the Commonwealth, you are uniquely connected to your cities and towns. I urge you to stay connected, to hold tight to your civic compass. Let it point you to where you can make a difference, and I am sure you will. I can speak with confidence on behalf of the Board of Higher Education when I tell you that we believe in your ability to thrive, succeed, and make good on the investment that Massachusetts has made in your future. Thank you for letting me share this moment with you, and go Trailblazers.
Thank you, Dr. Marshall. I'd like to take a moment to recognize a special friend and alumna of the college and longtime public school educator Joan Brown from the class of 1969, whom we lost last year. Ms. Brown made provisions for MCLA in her estate that will benefit our students and the college. This expression of support for her alma mater is an example of how alumni can indeed support following generations of students. I'm grateful to Ms. Brown and her family for this thoughtful and meaningful gift. Today, we also welcome some very special alumni, our golden graduates, who mark the anniversary of their own commencements 50 or more years ago today. Along with the members of the class of 1969 who are celebrating their 50th reunion, we also have graduates from the classes of 1954, 1955, 1958, 1961, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, and 1968. Would our golden graduates please stand to be recognized? It is now my pleasure to introduce Allison Neal, President of the Class of 2018. Allison is from Oyster Bay, New York, and has been very involved on campus since her freshman year. She's graduating today with a major in English communications. Allison founded the Television and Film Society Club on campus for students to create their own films, and in fall 2017, Allison studied abroad in London. Allison was a reporter and administrator for Beacon Web News, where she received the opportunity to report on live television for the elections. Following graduation, she plans to return to New York to publish a novel and to begin working on film sets as a production assistant. Please join me in welcoming Allison to the podium.
Thank you, President Burge, for the warm welcome. When we all arrived at MCLA, one of the first things we did as a class was walk through the gates. It signaled the start of a 4-year-long journey, a journey that we filled with self-growth, discovery, a change in study, maybe even more than once. We enrolled with the intention to learn, to better ourselves. One lesson that stuck with me was from Professor Jen Auger. She would stand in the center of our circle, grab whatever was in reach, whether it be a water bottle, pen, or some random toy, and she'd toss it, letting it plummet to the ground. It sounds strange, but there is rhyme to her reason. If we were ever stuck in our story or essay, she would tell us, Find your center of gravity. In the class, it served to remind us what was truly important in our work. What do the characters value and always return to? It is wise to remember this in life as well. Change is inevitable as we grow. We are not the same people from when we first crossed through the gates. And yes, change is good, but it should never let us forget what is important to us. We should never forget where our center of gravity lies. Another thing I've learned this year is that life is long, but also really short. If I'm being honest, much of my college career feels like one giant blur. Since I was 10 years old, storytelling was everything to me, whether expressed through film or writing. I sincerely hope you all find your everything. Whether you know it now or are still searching, still unearthing what you might like to do, life is too short to do anything but. Having a passion means never having to work a day in your life. Doing what you love means putting your heart and soul on the line to create something magnificent. Don't be afraid to take the plunge. Don't fret that it might not work out. Even if you don't strike immediate gold, getting burned is better than never having tried at all. There are lessons in both good and bad, because through every experience, you're now one step closer to reaching your goals. Every step is worth it. Never let anyone convince you that you are not going anywhere just because you haven't gotten there yet. Your time will come. You will find your everything. Never let anyone convince you that you're not good enough just because you failed before. It simply means you've gained experience. Never let anyone's opinions ever change how you view yourself. Life is short. Own your power. A wise man once said, "I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them." This comes from one Andy Bernard during The Office's series finale. So before we leave MCLA, I implore you to take a look around. From where I'm standing, I see our new educators who will bring knowledge to the minds of tomorrow. I see our politicians who will enact real change to shape the world. I see our artists who will breathe creativity into our way of life. I see our scientists who will help protect this beautiful planet. I see the journalists who will dispel the darkness and shed a light on the truth. I see all of you, leaders, entrepreneurs, dreamers, and trailblazers. I am proud to have been your president because you were a class who was so accepting of one another. MCLA was a place where you could be comfortable in your own skin. You could love who you wanted to love. You could voice your opinions and be heard. This institution has been a place where we can walk through the quad, recognize a familiar face, and wave. I guarantee you'll get one back. The lesson here? Be friendly, be kind, be the force to make a lasting impression. Be the person to remind us we are not so different from one another. While our paths diverge here, I wish my fellow classmates success and happiness. We get to choose who we become at the end of the day. 10 days from now, 10 months, or in 10 years. If you find yourself lost, just toss a pen and find your center of gravity. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2019.
Thank you, Allison, and congratulations. I'm confident that you and your fellow graduates will contribute to improving the lives of others as you embark on this next chapter of your lives. I'm pleased now to introduce Mallory Zahn, a candidate for the Master of Education degree. Mallory is a social studies teacher who has taught high school for the last 8 years. She received her bachelor's degree in history from the University of Massachusetts at Amherst, and today Mallory will be earning her master's degree in education. Please join me in welcoming Mallory Zahn to the podium.
Welcome all. I don't know if I'm tall enough for this. Let's do that. Today I am graduating with a master's in education, and I would like to give a special thanks to the department that has helped get me there and that has been gracious enough to let me speak. I have been teaching American history to high school freshmen for the better part of a decade now. When I was a student myself, I tended to find comfort in the names, dates, and straightforward facts of history. To To me, they were solid and dependable. I'm not a doctor, obviously, but I have unofficially diagnosed this as a need for consistency and an intense wariness of change in general. As a teacher, however, I am happy to report that my students have taught me a thing or two. My favorite thing that they've helped me realize is that history is more than just names and dates or facts. More importantly, it is how we understand history that has helped shape our present. For that reason, I'd like you all to acknowledge that it is because of certain aspects of your past that you are here celebrating this victory today. This degree that you have earned is in of itself a huge accomplishment, and you should be very proud. Today also marks the ending of a chapter, although your story is far from over. For some, this ending is bittersweet, as you leave behind familiar faces in order to discover new ones. For others, this ending is a pretty big cliffhanger because you have no clue what you're going to do next. This idea from transitioning from one life stage to another is a topic that I've studied in depth for the last year. My capstone project looks specifically at students as they navigated their first year of high school. I've come to realize, though, there are many parallels between the challenges of a ninth grader and the obstacles that other people face as they embark on a new phase of life. No, you're probably not worried about changing for gym class or how to open your locker, but chances are you'll soon be stressing over your new boss burying you in deadlines or which coworkers you should eat lunch with. As I said earlier, I'm not the biggest fan of change. It can be cripplingly scary, but it is also very necessary. At this point, I could talk about caterpillars turning into butterflies or some other inspirational metaphor, but I'd rather leave you with a quote from one of my favorite people, Abraham Lincoln. Most who know me understand that I kind of have a thing for Abe. Yes, I realize that he's been dead for over 150 years, and I know that he was like 8 feet taller than I am, and it would never have worked logistically, but that guy had a real way with words. So when you're stressing about work, or friends, or family, or the newest chapter that life has thrown into your story, just close your eyes, think of that glorious, bearded man saying, "Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is far more important than any other one thing." Today is evidence that that is true. You did it. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mallory. I offer you my congratulations and to all of our graduates today. Today, we are privileged to recognize 3 very special individuals who have made significant contributions of service and leadership to Berkshire County, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, their respective communities, and to the nation. This year's honorary degree recipients are an accomplished and distinguished group. Their achievements in the areas of public service and the humanities are noteworthy and unique. Would trustees Denise Marshall and Susan Gold please join me at the podium as we recognize our honorary degree recipients? Would Richard Alkenbright please join us at the podium? Richard Alkenbright, you were born and raised in North Adams, and you have maintained a lifelong and consistent commitment to this community. You have been both the voice and a tireless advocate for the citizens of the Northern Berkshires through your varied and generous roles. You have vivid memories of North Adams in its heyday, as well as the hard times after the mills closed years ago. Through it all, you sought ways to help people affected by the economic contraction. It was in 1973, at your first job at North Adams Hoosick Savings Bank, that you got your start in public service. The expectation that bank employees participate in community service was the beginning of your involvement with the Northern Berkshire United Way and the Hospice of Northern Berkshire. From there, you followed in your father's footsteps through your election to and service on the North Adams City Council, a position that you held for 9 years. Your role as a city councilor led to your appointment as an alumni member of the McCann Technical High School Committee, where you served for 19 years. From there, you continued to serve in many other elected positions in North Adams, holding leadership roles with an array of local organizations including the YMCA, Northern Berkshire Community Coalition, and the Massachusetts Association's Opioid Addictions and Overdose Prevention Task Force. 36 years into your banking career as Mountain One's Senior Vice President of Retail Banking, you decided to run for the office of Mayor of North Adams, a position you held for 8 years. One of the most rewarding results of this role was your opportunity to chair the North Adams School Committee. You believe that education is the foundation upon which young people may build their hopes and dreams. As North Adams Mayor, you upheld a strong commitment to fiscal policy. You oversaw successive balanced budgets and rebuilt the city's financial reserves to nearly $2 million. After the city's regional hospital closed, your optimism served you well as you worked with local and state leaders to establish medical services at the campus of Berkshire Medical Center North. One aspect of your service that is particularly close to your heart is your work with the Northern Berkshire Community Coalition with regard to addiction prevention and recovery. In 2015, under your leadership, North Adams police and firefighters were among the first in Western Massachusetts to administer life-saving medication that prevents death from drug overdoses. Now the Vice President, Local Business and Customer Relations Manager at Mountain One, you sit on the boards of Berkshire Community Action Council, Berkshire Health Systems, Holy Family Terrace, and all of the Northern Berkshire Community Coalition committees that address addiction prevention and recovery. Richard Alcombright, in recognition of your devoted service to the community as you have made others' burdens lighter and built programs to better the lives of many throughout the Berkshires and the city of North Adams, the Board of Trustees of Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Public Service honoris causa. Would Shirley Edgerton please join us at the podium? Shirley Edgerton, you are a lifetime mentor to and champion of Berkshire County youth. You describe your efforts as necessary for any good citizen and humbly portray these endeavors to improve the lives of others simply as your contribution to the world. Through the many projects and initiatives you continue to lead, you provide abundant opportunities to this region's young people and have changed many lives for the better. Born in South Carolina, you grew up in Westchester County, New York, before making the Berkshires your home 25 years ago. Just 1 year later, you became the director of Youth Alive Incorporated, an organization that was formed as a result of your daughter and her friend's desire in 1995 to create a step dance program. Other youth who shared their love of dance soon expressed a desire to join those dancers. As more young people joined in, you immediately saw that they could benefit from developing and building life skills and decided to use this performing arts program as a vehicle to teach and expose them to other areas of life they might not otherwise have an opportunity to access. Using your background in social work, you began to facilitate workshops to develop their self-confidence, sharpen their educational focus, and encourage them to think about the future. You developed relationships with cultural organizations such as Jacob's Pillow, the Barrington Stage, and the Colonial Theater. As your vision grew, you expanded your associations so that you might provide additional opportunities to engage young women in educational and mentoring programs. You are also the founder and director of the Rites of Passage and Empowerment Program, which you formed after recognizing young women's needs to be supported and mentored by successful women in the community. These mentors are their role models, people who open their eyes to their own possibilities as independent women. As the cultural proficiency coach for Pittsfield's public schools, you provide cultural competence training, peer-to-peer mentoring, and recruitment. You feel overjoyed as you watch these young people take their places in the community as they volunteer, serve on boards, and obtain employment in key positions throughout the region, and as they embrace the values you and their mentors instilled in them. For more than 19 years, you served as Director of Residential Programs for the Commonwealth's Department of Developmental Services of Berkshire County. In addition to managing the state-operated residential program, your work included coordinating the Summer Youth Employment Program for 6 residential programs in Western Massachusetts. It was during this time that you earned your Master of Education degree at MCLA, where you exhibited great intellect, compassion, work ethic, vision, and creativity. Your professors took note of the way you approached your studies with confidence and poise as you opened minds and inspired numerous students with your contributions. Your most recent project is the Chill Zone after-school program for the youth of Pittsfield's Morningside community. For this effort, you provide a wide variety of activities bringing in visual and performing arts, providing positive role modeling as well as lots of fun. Shirley Edgerton, in recognition of your dedication to the community, your youth advocacy, and for the important role you have played to educate, guide, mentor, and support the people of the Berkshires, the Board of Trustees of Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa. Would Congressman Richard Neal please join us at the podium? Richard E. Neal, you made the decision to dedicate your life to public service on November 7th, 1960. On that date, you heard President John F. Kennedy speak on the steps of the Springfield City Hall just one day before voters elected him President of the United States. It was President Kennedy's influence of idealism and the notion that government plays a positive role in the lives of the American people that inspired you at the tender age of 11 to pursue your life's work in politics. Born in Worcester and raised and educated in Springfield, throughout your younger years you were involved in many campaigns. It was more than 40 years ago that you sought your first elected office and became a member of the Springfield City Council. Just 2 years later, you assumed the role of president of the council. Thus began your steady rise in the world of politics. In 1983, you successfully ran for mayor of Springfield, serving in that office for 4 years, during which time you attracted national attention for your many accomplishments. In 1988, you were elected to the United States House of Representatives. During your first 2 terms, you were part of the Housing Banking Committee before joining the Tax Writing Ways and Means Committee in 1993. From tuition issues to retirement benefits, you have emphasized opportunity throughout the years as you have aimed to help all Americans, with the understanding that the best guarantee of upward mobility is a good job. In January of this year, you assumed the esteemed and powerful position of chairman of the Ways and Means Committee, marking the first time since 1875 that a Massachusetts congressman has filled that role. You are also an at-large whip for the House Democrats and a co-chair of the New England Congressional Caucus, where you advocate for the unique regional interests of the 6 New England states. You are, indeed, the Dean of the New England delegation. A hallmark of your service is your long and distinguished legislative history of fighting to create a level playing field for all citizens of this country. You have sponsored legislation to increase the national savings rate by encouraging the use of individual retirement accounts, and you worked to see the health care and tuition expenses are tax deductible. A champion of middle-class families in America, you are dedicated to preserving and protecting Medicare and Social Security and successfully led the charge to eliminate the alternative minimum tax. Internationally, you are the Democratic leader of the Friends of Ireland caucus and have had significant influence on the peace accords in Northern Ireland. Back home, you have been a lead sponsor of legislation to prevent American companies from moving offshore to avoid paying U.S. taxes. A graduate of American International College, you earned your bachelor's degree in political science and went on to complete your master's degree in public administration from the Barney School of Business and Public Administration at the University of Hartford. Richard E. Neal, in recognition of your life's work and dedication to improve the lives of others, and for the many successes you have realized through your service to not only the citizens of Massachusetts, but to those who live in this great nation, the Board of Trustees of Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Public Service, honoris causa.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you.
Now, it is my great honor and privilege to present to you our commencement speaker, Congressman Richard Neal.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Hines and Representative Barrett, Representative Mark, Your Honor, Mayor Bernard, to Shirley Edgerton and to Dick Albright, fellow awardees today, a word of personal thanks. To the faculty members here, of which I'm one, at the University of Massachusetts, a special thanks for what it is you do every single day. And to call attention to the dignity of this moment. When President Burge offered those laudatory remarks of introduction, I was so full of myself until I recalled what my immigrant grandmother would have said. Why would they have had the likes of you over there? This is really a very special day, and I just want to direct some comments to the students that are here today at MCLA. I wasn't born to be the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee. I commuted to college. I was raised by an aunt and a grandmother. It was the genius of Mr. Roosevelt's Social Security initiative that allowed us to live. But opportunity beckoned. Today's college graduates are entering one of the best job markets in many years. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics recently reported that the unemployment rate for college grads is 3.5%. Bottom line, this morning in North Adams, it's a good time to be a college graduate as you join the workforce. And recall today that there are 7 million jobs in America available again this morning that go unanswered. Your institution has a long reputation of being supportive and inclusive. I particularly enjoy the tagline that MCLA is a place where students can aspire. I also appreciate that your institution was specifically founded to educate students in the field of teaching, and how grateful we all are for those of us who have come through that school system that gave us a chance. I have a similar background. Before entering politics, I was a history teacher at Cathedral High School in Springfield, and as I noted a moment ago, have for more than 2 decades held the title of lecturer at the University of Massachusetts at Amherst. But in addition to family and friends that are here today, and to our graduates, your educational journey and the faculty that has helped provide it should be receiving the recognition that you all deserve. The insight that you have offered, the moments that you have taken to make sure that this moment has arrived, as I noted earlier, with great dignity. But I will also say this, and I'm fond of repeating it in some measure because I take credit for it. When you reach your potential expands. MCLA encourages innovative and critical thinking that is more important now than ever. Facts still count in our lives. You foster inquiry for all of us, and it makes us more curious. There's a difference between listening and hearing, and that allows the openness of opposing views. The Academy should remain the citadel of free thought. You promote diversity not only in people, but in views. MCLA's mission statement says it best: respect similarities and differences. Graduates, carry with you to the new world these ideas beyond this campus. Building on the school's philosophy of inclusion will allow you to achieve much going forward. During your time here at MCLA, your professors expected your writings, presentations, and papers to be backed up with facts. And if I can recompose myself for one moment, generationally, I hope we're all still united by the embrace of complete sentences, finished paragraphs, and adoration of the Oxford comma. And please, graduates, don't let verbs become adjectives. Continue to think critically, because the facts still count, and they should not be viewed as trimmings around a clever argument or mere decorations of animated discourse. Whether we like it or not, we live more and more in an era of choose-a-side journalism. But today, the facts sometimes can be hazy, and entertainment is disguised as news. News was meant to inform, not to entertain. Focus is now put on infotainment, and unfortunately, more and more opinions drive ratings and clicks that in turn provide a place for fake news to thrive. A representative democracy depends upon an informed citizenry. This year marks two significant Supreme Court decisions that underpin the argument I have just made, and they provide protection for the First Amendment. 50 years ago, the Supreme Court handed down its unanimous decision in its landmark case, the New York Times versus Sullivan. And to this day, it reinforces the protections of the press and freedom of speech. This year also marks 100 years since Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes' dissenting opinion in Abrams versus the United States, one of his most famous dissents. It put free speech in a new light. While 7 of his colleagues upheld the conviction of 5 Russian Jewish anarchists that called a president a liar, he was only one of 2 who dissented. Because, as he said, and I quote, "The best test of truth is the power of thought to get itself accepted in the competition of the market, and that truth is only the grounds upon which our wishes are safely to be carried out." Being a dissenter made him a strong supporter of the principle of free thought. Simultaneously, he acknowledged that conflict could still be the core of life. Hearing from people who have different opposing views provides an excellent opportunity for students to further develop and challenge their own fact-based analytical thinking. Your arguments will always be more clear and more crisp if you are thoughtful in presenting that argument to people who will take the time to hear what you have to say, while simultaneously you listening to what they have to say. Biased thoughts beginning an argument don't benefit anyone. Instead, they contribute to the toxic environment that breeds misinformation, anger, paranoia, and stifles dialogue. This week, David Vandriel reminds us in a Washington Post article, quote, "Suddenly information is everywhere." What's in need is a longer attention span for all of us. The challenge of the algorithm is that usually it points us in the direction of more of the same, creating an echo chamber where we only hear what we have to say or people that agree with us have to say. As your member of Congress, I must tell you that every day we should seek benefits for the American people, and free thought should be at the center of public policy debates. It helps to shape the very ideas that directly impact our nation, its economy, and including complex issues of health care, tax, trade, and, yes, the bedrock guarantee of retirement, Social Security. My colleagues, whether Democrat or Republican, should continue to rely upon fact as a base as opposed to the basis of opinion. Once we take the time to ascertain facts, opinions indeed will fall into place, but always to listen to both sides of the argument. It will always help you give, I believe, a more temperate response. Experience informs our judgments. So you can make a point to engage with people with whom you don't agree, or you can do as I do. I read articles and publications every day that disagree with my perspective so that it sharpens my ability to make my own argument. I meet and listen to constituents and colleagues who have differing points of view, and I always leave knowing more than I did before entering the discussion. It's called broadening your scope. Over the last couple of years, some schools, colleges, and universities have canceled appearances by controversial speakers because of backlash. I'm concerned when I hear about those actions because it compromises the whole notion of the First Amendment. When our founding fathers and mothers helped to write the Constitution, they did not put an asterisk next to the First Amendment that said, except if I don't agree with you. Refusing to be open to different perspectives is a slippery slope toward, I think, dismantling the First Amendment. Many people like free speech, but only if it agrees with their perspective. Not allowing someone with different views to express his or her opinion challenges the basis of the First Amendment, as do those who think that free speech is fine and safe until they are offended, and in turn refuse to hear or even allow another opinion to have the opportunity to share their side of the story. Let me say this to our graduates and to faculty, as I noted earlier about the citadel of free speech. In our constitutional system, the First Amendment guarantees a second opinion. There are simple steps that we can take to get back to the place where free speech remains robust speech, a place where it is not only protected, but that it might flourish. It is here in the university and college where those seeds always need to be planted. We hear things all day long on our phones and our earbuds and television news, but listening has fallen by the wayside. I was asked once how I engage with younger people, and the answer is pretty easy. I actually listen to what they have to say. It helps me to gain a fresh perspective and new ideas and to hear both sides of arguments that leads to, I hope, a new perspective. And remind ourselves today, despite the turmoil in which we find the country and the incendiary nature of the public debate, democracy is supposed to be noisy. And listening is not unlike democracy. It isn't always easy, and it's very messy, and it can be indeed very uncomfortable, but it is the foundation of protecting free speech. There is much clutter to our democracy. As facts are more and more important, it's critical to nurture techniques that lead to it. Examine the evidence, discourage unfounded information, and it is the protection more and more against influences that risk eroding free speech. Your achievement today is wonderful. I remember in my own case the feeling that my aunt and my grandmother had that day when I received my degree, and it's been a steep climb, as I noted. But I'll say this to the graduates as well today: have a dream, but have a plan. But at the same time, as you enunciate that plan, it'll help on your path to success. And a moment to reflect upon Walter Isaacson's biography of Steve Jobs, when he quoted Jobs as saying in the most grim moments of his career, Jobs said, "I've got to show people what they're going to want." Thank you again for inviting me today, Mr. President, and on behalf of the entire United States of America, congratulations to the students, family, friends, and faculty at MCLA.
Thank you, Congressman Neal. As we begin to announce this year's degree candidates, I would like to acknowledge Modern Languages Professor Graziana Ramsden and Vice President of Academic Affairs Emily Williams, who will help us through this important part of the program. Thank you, Drs. Ramsden and Williams.
Thank you, President Burge. Will the candidates for the Certificate of Advanced Graduate Studies and Masters of Education please rise? President Burge, I have the honor to present the candidates who have completed the requirements for the Certificate of Advanced Graduate Study and the degree Master of Education.
By the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts through the Department of Higher Education and the Board of Trustees of Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts, I am pleased to confer upon these designated candidates who have completed all academic requirements and who have been approved by the graduate faculty the Certificate of Advanced Graduate Study and the degree of Master of Education with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. I invite the faculty who have served as graduate program advisors to assemble in the area adjacent to the ramp to my right to greet the graduates.
Mallory Zahn. Emily Suzanne Pink. Callie Marie Reinhard. Jessica Lynn Wheeler. Ludmila Polotai. Erica Marie Legrand. Laura Lee Lafave. Deborah Curry. Tracy Conwell. Susan S. Garrison. Timothy A. Rougeau. Brittany Ann Burdick. Diana Warnock Kolhoff. Will the candidates for the Certificate of Advanced Graduate Studies and Masters of Education please come forward?
Will the candidates for the Master of Business Administration please rise? President Burge, I have the honor to present the candidates who have completed the requirements for the Master of Business Administration.
By the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts through the Department of Higher Education and the Board of Trustees of Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts, I am pleased to confer upon these designated candidates who have completed all academic requirements and who have been approved by the graduate faculty the degree of Master of Business Administration with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. I invite the faculty who have served as graduate program advisors to assemble in the area adjacent to the ramp to my right to greet the graduates.
And now, will the the candidates for the Masters of Business Administration, MBA, please come forward? Denise Michelle Dugay. Rebecca M. Choquette. Lindsay L. Cornwell. Benjamin Ragusa. Jonathan Paul Nixon. Adam Kendall Rice.
Since its inception, many students have taken on the extra challenge to be part of our honors program. Today, we are pleased to celebrate the graduation of 8 students who have completed the requirement of the honors program and who are graduating with all college honors. Students who reach this mark of distinction must complete a series of intensive honors courses and maintain an overall grade point average of 3.4. This year's honors graduates are Erin Carney, Brianna Castor, Julia Horn, Catherine Mancini, Celine Manigbas, Michael Masley-Hannett, August Stowers, and Caitlin Vogel. In addition to completing all the requirements for the College Honors Program, Laura Dudley and Madeline McKean also completed the requirements for recognition as Commonwealth Scholars, a statewide designation. Also, we would like to acknowledge our 2019 MCLA Scholars, Justin Darling, William Fines Kested, Michael Masley-Hannett, Victoria Munoz, Nicole Nadeau, Emily Sawtell, and Brianna Sarno. An MCLA Scholar is a student who has demonstrated significant achievement in independent scholarly work under the supervision of a faculty advisor, shown evidence of professional scholarship, and maintained a minimum GPA of 3.25. Would this year's honors program graduates and MCLA Scholars please stand to be recognized? In addition to earning their primary degrees in an arts or science discipline, candidates who have been enrolled in the undergraduate education program at MCLA also have earned either a second degree in education or have completed the requirements to receive licensure in education. In both cases, the candidates have successfully completed a program designed to meet the requirements for state-approved initial licensure in early childhood, elementary, middle school, and secondary education. Will the undergraduate candidates for either a second degree in education or licensure in education please stand to be recognized?
A number of students receiving their baccalaureate degrees today do so with distinction as the result of superior academic achievement. That is, they will graduate cum laude, magna cum laude, or summa cum laude. These are notable honors, and the characteristics of each designation are defined in your commencement program. Professor Ramsden will note each student receiving one of these honors when the individual crosses the stage. Now, will all the candidates for the degrees Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science of the class of 2019 please rise? President Burge, I have the honor to present to you the candidates who have completed the requirements for the degrees Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science.
By the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts through the Department of Higher Education and the Board of Trustees of Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts, I am pleased to confer upon these designated candidates who have successfully completed all academic requirements and who have been approved by the faculty the degrees Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. You may be seated.
Please note that in some instances, we will be calling more than one department to come forward at the same time. Representatives from the respective departmental faculties are invited to greet their graduates in the area adjacent to the ramp to the left of the stage as you view it. Thank you. Please hold your applause until all candidates in each major have received their degrees. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Performing Arts please rise? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Arts Management please rise? And will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Art please rise? And will these three groups please come forward? Mitchell Jacob Macaulay, magna cum laude. Chelsea Catherine Sutherland, magna cum laude. Andrew Pretikowski, cum laude. Braxton Francis Vittori, cum laude. Eric Robbins. Kevin Patrick McGrath. Joseph Sabin. Amanda Larzars. Daniel J. Ober, cum laude. Lara Marie Dudley, summa cum laude. Susanna Frey, summa cum laude. Rick Wilcoxon. Rachel Noel Grislak, cum laude. Trevor Matthew Kenneth Wheelock, cum laude. Brianna Marie Castor, summa cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Vogel, summa cum laude. Danielle Sarah Prestigomo. Meredith Jordan Moro. Aletta Mero Brown, cum laude. Emily Margaret Badger. Bailey Katrina Brissett, cum laude. Cameron Mary Dunton, magna cum laude. Amanda Romanelli, summa cum laude. Jacob Davis. Naira Ezra May Robinson. Lawrence J. Edwards. Luis Torres Sanchez. Cheyenne Van Bramer. the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts in English please rise and come forward? Andrew J. Balarjan. Elizabeth Vithrick Haight. Tyler Christopher Lord, magna cum laude. Ronald Leja, cum laude. Emily Marie Gabert. Wyatt Roland Mino. Jacob Stephen Archer. Nicholas John Bassett, magna cum laude. Leanne D. Galland, summa cum laude. Carolyn Beth Zuttermeister. Erin Christine Carney. Brenna Nicole Cerniglia. Tiffany A. Alvarez, cum laude. James Farley, magna cum laude. Alison Elizabeth Teenall, summa cum laude. Dirk Ray Correa, cum laude. Lauren Patricia Mangiardi, magna cum laude. Rebecca Ann Shankman, magna cum laude. Julia Grace Horn, summa cum laude. Megan Marie Monti. Krista Marie Sprague, cum laude. Bethany Fontana. Eliza Catherine Randazzo, cum laude. Stephen A. Mash, summa cum laude. Teresa Maria Speziale Amash, summa cum laude. Luke Patrick O'Brien, magna cum laude. Reagan Emily Smith, cum laude. Nora Elizabeth Holmes, magna cum laude. Rachel Louise McClary, summa cum laude. Valerie E. Smalls, summa cum laude. Victoria Lynn Weikel, cum laude. Shanquel Giandra Dennis. Erica E. Lucia. Karina Matera, magna cum laude. Karen Canela Santos. Andrew Richard Strout, cum laude. Talia Nicole Torres, magna cum laude. Leah Harper, cum laude. Thomas James Boudreau, cum laude. Catherine Elizabeth Guittard, summa cum laude. Zachary Michael Benjamin, cum laude. Alison Irene Meehan, cum laude. Michael C. Moring-Garrity, magna cum laude. August Stowers, summa cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Computer Science please rise? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Biology please rise? And will the degrees for the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Community Health please rise? And will these three groups please come forward? Somwang Semapek Shepherd, summa cum laude. Lindsay J. Carter, cum laude. Celine Manibachs, summa cum laude. Catherine Elizabeth Bergella, summa cum laude. Emily Page Sotel, magna cum laude. Laura Lynn Nettie, summa cum laude. Marissa Nickerson, cum laude. Samir S. Gilani, summa cum laude. Catherine J. Mancini, summa cum laude. Matthew D. Bluto. Jonathan D. Duncan. Paige Ellsworth, cum laude. Ruby Esmeralda Aguilar, cum laude. Tania G. Romero. Melissa Sirikan. Joanne Alt. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Environmental Studies please rise? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Athletic Training please rise? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Health Science please rise? And will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Chemistry please rise? And will these groups please come forward? Hunter Thomas Phillips. Jordan Daniel Teixeira, magna cum laude. Anna Haisner. Emily Tarnawa, cum laude. Kaylin Marie Swenson, summa cum laude. Kaylin Clark. Jared Gonzalez. Rachel E. Robert. Brianna Alexis Morris, cum laude. Allison Mary Davy. Courtney Marie Pingelski, cum laude. Rachel Elise Croning. Kendall Lisa Haley, cum laude. Doriana Wendell Reardon. Maura Matthew. Sarah Marie Trova. Devin Gillian Renzi, cum laude. Megan Sean Riley. Skylar Michael Robinson, cum laude. investi du juste. Young Engel, cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Science in Physics please rise? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Psychology please rise? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in History and Geography please rise? And will these three groups please come forward? Tyler Jackson. Mark Anthony Guarino, cum laude. Madeline Grace McKeon, summa cum laude. Zoe Elwell, cum laude. Morris and Alexander Robley, summa cum laude. Anthony Joseph Sabio. Rosalind Olivia Roth. Kelly Ann C. Lawrence, summa cum laude. Nicole Lola Nadeau, summa cum laude. Riley Marissa Elliott. Brianna Grace Sarno, summa cum laude. Justice D. Woods, cum laude. Kai Hall, summa cum laude. Ian M. Capelli, summa cum laude. Roman Jeremiah Botello. Alyssa Kimberly Cole, cum laude. Melanie Lyra Shaba, cum laude. Ilana Rose Kittrell, cum laude. Jordan Allison Baroni. Caitlin Elizabeth Hunt, cum laude. Jessica Sue-Ann Lesueur, summa cum laude. Rachel Rosanna Sullivan, cum laude. Paul James Edward Stewart. Jonathan W. Butler. Jordan Darling. Christopher Gamble. Cum laude. William Fines Kested, cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Business Administration please rise and come forward? Ashley Scrivens, cum laude. Kyra Jean Dowling. Kawana Bobbitt. Molly Elizabeth Murphy, summa cum laude. Scotia Bent. Tinsai Deborah Greenspan, cum laude. Jeffrey Robert Bink. Brendan F. Kelly. Robert E. New. Yarlin Gomez. Beatrice C. Leckler. Morgan Elizabeth Lewis, summa cum laude. Jeremy Schnopp. Khalil P. Karech, summa cum laude. Nathan Tomkowitz, cum laude. Austin Frederick. Hunter Daniel Woodbury. Tyler N. McKay. Kenneth Rina Prosper. Joshua D. Richards, magna cum laude. Jessica L. Kozak, cum laude. Joseph Cosmo Buonamani IV. Kayla Marie Baker. Kevin Charles Lance, magna cum laude. Connor Thomas Ogborn, summa cum laude. Ryan Michael Keefe, magna cum laude. James Thomas Murray. Alison Jean Pansecchi. Danielle Lee Nolan. Eva Marie Weeks, cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Math please rise? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Sociology please rise? Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy please rise? And will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and Public Policy please rise? And will these groups please come forward? Kayla O'Brien. Kyle Cameron McMartin, summa cum laude. Paul Stephen Davila Balki. Zoya Zahid, magna cum laude. Corey Andrew Powers, summa cum laude. Justin F. Terrian, cum laude. Darnell Adrian Enriquez. Megan Alice Cook. Victoria Gracia Muñoz, magna cum laude. Keaton James Gonier Schultz, summa cum laude. Alison Gregory, magna cum laude. Catherine Duval, summa cum laude. Nicole Russo. Kiana Morales. Victoria P. Martischnik, magna cum laude. Antonio Arquina. Jessica Kennedy. Demetria Sweener. Kylie Reetock. Michael Maisley Hannett, summa cum laude. Declan Connor Nolan, cum laude. Alyssa Nicole St. Franc, summa cum laude. Trevor N. Alibozak. Cheyenne June Woodward. Samantha Marilyn Guerin. Isaiah Dimanche Silva. Samantha Marie De Carlo, cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies please rise and come forward? Amy Ruth Pike Burdick, cum laude. Devin Kelleher, cum laude. Abigail Walsh, magna cum laude. Kylie Horton. Larae Lynn Brundage. Catherine Mary Rose, cum laude. Jason W. Gray. Kara A. Nitopsky. Christine Elizabeth Howard, magna cum laude. Catherine Berenice Marceau, cum laude. Kelly Lynn Meeks. Samari Isabel Cardona. Tyler M. Ellsworth, magna cum laude. Catherine L. S. Ellsworth, magna cum laude. Amy Joyce Stracuzzi, cum laude. Tracy Ann Kelleher. Kathleen A. Grandcham, summa cum laude. Nicole Renee Urban, summa cum laude. Hope Irene St. Jock, summa cum laude. Bethany Robinson. Douglas F. Sigsbury II. Caitlin Elizabeth Givry. Salma M. Mohammed. Bradley Michael Schulda, magna cum laude. Angela Elsner, summa cum laude. Meredith Marguerite Beard. Kaya Jamila Marie Liberman, summa cum laude. Reed R. Tetlow. Megan Beth DeLuca. Mackenzie Ann Robinson. Emmy Rezabala, cum laude. Heather Lynn Upton. Michaela Nicole Anthony. Akosua Akeampoma, cum laude. Emily Jean Alfelder, magna cum laude.
How about one more hand for all of our graduates today? The Greek philosopher Heraclitus suggests that the only permanence in life is change. If that thinking is true, you, the graduating class of 2019, are very different people today than when you arrived at MCLA. It is the case that you now have a developing expertise in an academic discipline that you did not have 4 years ago. You have discovered the importance of others' way of thinking that have challenged and perhaps changed your own thought patterns. Some of you arrived as business majors and are leaving as artists, while others who dreamed of becoming a teacher discovered the complexities of our educational system and are ready and prepared to enhance its quality. Some of you discovered an inner leader that allowed you to become president of the Student Government Association or captain of your athletic team. All of you have changed in one way or another, which is exactly what a liberal arts education should accomplish. You are now ready to learn even more about yourselves, your careers, and the world. It is also the case that the world is a different place today than it was when you arrived here. There is a pressing need in the world today for thoughtful, intelligent, creative people. The world and our communities are calling for more MCLA graduates to ameliorate the conditions that have become so oppressive and so dangerous for so many. Use your education, your knowledge, to create change while bringing more kindness into the world. As the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King said, darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. Fortunate for the world, you have been educated well by my colleagues at MCLA. You know how to identify and solve problems. You are skilled at working with groups of people to advance improvement. You are practiced in the art of knowing where to find beauty and how to help others find their own truth. As digital natives, you know how to apply technology to solve problems, and you understand the importance of serving one's community. Let me reinforce what I've just shared with you. We educate people to help advance society. We educate people to discover beauty and truth. We educate people to use technology. We educate people to be public servants. We educate students not just so that they have a better life, but so that we all have a better life. Could there be a more noble mission for higher education? This is our compact with society that makes higher education the most important social institution in our nation, and because of that, public higher education should be supported more fully. As graduates of MCLA, you are a promise we make to the world to honor the centuries-old purpose of American higher education, which is to respond to the needs and demands of society. You are the best hope and strategy we have to improve this broken world. And so this is my charge to you. The motto of Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts is Lux esto vera. In light, there is truth. MCLA has lighted the lantern of truth in you. Use this light, this truth, to reveal what you can do to improve the world for all of us. To the members of the class of 2019, you are now graduates of Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts. Please move your tassel on your mortarboard from right to left. Upon conclusions of these commencement exercises, if you are able, please stand until the platform party has exited and our graduates recess through the cordon of faculty and administrators that will form outside. Please extend today's celebration by joining us on the Murdoch lawn for light refreshments. These 120th commencement exercises are now concluded. Please join me in congratulating the class of 2019.